I'm Leuri Zibetti. I'm a realtor. The other component of my success in real estate has been Women's Council of Realtors. Early on, 2 or 3 years into real estate, I was invited to go to one of their meetings, and frankly at the time they had a reputation of just being the lunch ladies. But I went because I was trying to get to know people in the industry, and so I went, and I just continued going and supporting and going to their lunches and learning about different aspects of real estate. And Women's Council of Real Estate is an organization that concentrates on providing leadership opportunities for its members. And slowly, I became involved in their leadership and became their president-elect, became the president of the local network, moved on to the state level. I'm now serving on the National Budget and Finance Committee for Women's Council. I've done some trade missions with them to Serbia, and the opportunities I have had to be able to get up in front of a group of people and even speak, it would terrify me to do that. That's why I just loved sitting in the little corner and crunching my numbers, because I didn't have to talk to anybody. But the opportunities it has given me has helped me to be a little more comfortable with people, and I find that then it turns around and puts you in the role of people wanting to do what you do. So it sort of brings people like the people I admired. I've tried to become like them, so now other people come behind you and you open doors and provide opportunities for other people to have success as well. And Women's Council of Realtors, that is their main focus, is to just make you successful in the industry and in the communities where we serve. Last year I went on a trade mission. I connected somehow. One of the ladies from Florida was putting together a trade mission to Serbia. This is where they go, and they were having a conference. It was a real estate conference in Serbia from all over Europe, and they asked me to speak in property management at one of their sessions. And I went there. I'd never been to Serbia before. My parents are from Brazil, so I've always traveled mostly to Central and South America because I speak Portuguese and Spanish fluently. And so that was a new thing for me. But when I arrived there, even though I didn't understand the language, the food was very familiar because Brazil was populated by lots of immigrants from Europe. And so I started recognizing a lot of the foods, and I met one of the other ladies in this trade mission, happened to also be from Brazil. When she asked me my name and I said it, and she said it back to me exactly like a Brazilian would, we connected. We both were from the same city. We both went to the same high school in Brazil, and we met across the world in Serbia. So, and we are still very good friends, and we connect at the different conferences that we go to. And through that, I was able to also go to Canada to get my Certified International Property Specialist. And through all of these connections, it has helped me broaden my view of what's possible in real estate. And I even have applied to become a global ambassador for NAR. Don't know if I'll get that or not. That everything's been a little slowed down this year, but it wasn't. I was honored to be asked to even apply for that and to be interviewed for that because we have such a great real estate industry in the United States. We are sort of the global beacon on the hill for real estate and the ethics that we provide. And so as we go out to the world and NAR becomes involved in other countries, we can not dictate how they do things, but they certainly come to us, and if they want to be members of NAR, then they have to commit to following the codes of ethics and the codes of excellence for NAR, and it just elevates real estate around the world and protects the consumer, because there's a lot of shady business that goes around the world when it comes to real estate. A quick story about my own friend in Brazil who wanted to buy a piece of property, and they didn't really she wasn't working with the realtor. You just do a straight sale for somebody, and so she gave a down payment for the guy, and he said, okay, by this date, I'll go to the bank and I'll sign over the house to you. Well, came that date, he said, well, I'm gonna need a little more money. So she gave him a little more money. So this happened 2 or 3 times, and he wouldn't go to the bank, and she called me and says, look, I'm giving him this money, what am I gonna do? I need the house, I don't want to lose all this money I've put down on the house. And I said, well, do this. Do you have a trusted partner at your local bank? And she goes, yes. Go ask them, since they have no title companies there, go ask them if they will open an account where you can deposit any more money as this guy asks you for. You can just go deposit it at the bank, and when he asks you for the money, you can say, oh great, it's at the bank. As soon as you go to the bank, you sign, they'll give you the money. And they did that. So she went back to him again, and he asked for more money, and she gave him the plan, and he goes, oh no, I'm not doing that. She goes, okay, no problem. So a few more weeks go by, and he needs money, and he calls her again. She goes, go down to the bank. And so this went back and forth for a couple of times. Eventually he went down to the bank, signed over the house, and took the money. So because I was knowledgeable about how that works here, I was able to help her through a transaction there, even though they didn't have those systems in place. So Women's Council of Realtors has helped me to have a global perspective to help others in issues even around the world.